Hi everyone, this is your total body reset, a workout I created for anyone who is planning to get back into exercise. It's a full body sculpt, slightly different to what you're used to in the library. This is why it's easy to follow if this is your first time going to exercise, or you've taken a break after a holiday, or you just want that a little bit extra to add to your workouts. It's a full body sculpt which includes standing, floor work. You will improve your posture, your muscular connection. You will challenge and improve your stamina by holding the positions for 30 seconds. Make sure you follow the instructions, get the placement correct, and enjoy the workout. So the first workout we will start with is rolling to plank. 30 seconds. You're going to start with your heels together, toes apart on the back of the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together, lift your arms up as you breathe in. Now as you exhale, you round the spine forward and down. You walk forward, hold your position, push your heels back, buttocks up, and roll all the way up. 30 seconds. Lift and round. Walk forward, making sure that you are upright with a long back. Lift and up and round. This is your first exercise. Connect to the center. Push, find the stretch, walk back. Your second exercise is squat into leg extension. So you sit back. You can, if you want a little bit of a challenge, you can hold the weight in your hands. Lift, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Sit back into the crease of the hip. Try to use your abdominals on the way up. Make sure that your knees line up with the second toe each time you bend the knees. And stretch down and up. So you start with your right leg and we go to the left. Reset, bend, stretch, down, up. Inhale. Stretch. Your back is straight, your abdominals are lifted. If you feel you've gained strength and you want extra challenge, you can also add ankle weights. Bend, stretch, hold, and release. Your next exercise, 4-point kneeling. Come to an all-four position. You lift your right leg up. You're going to turn the leg out, a strong reach in the heel flex. So here we go, 30 seconds. Lift, lower, lift. So you want to keep the back completely flat, so you're not rounding or collapsing into the lower back. Engage your abdominals. Make sure that the leg doesn't go to the right or the left, so keep it reaching directly behind. Lift and pulse. So find that squeeze right under your butt cheek. Lower down. We change legs. Lengthen, stretch, flex your foot up and down. Lift, stretch, lift. So it's a strong flex through that foot to give you the elongation. Reaching from the hip. Use your stomach. Align your shoulders with your wrist. Try to keep your chest open, so we're not rounding or collapsing. Lift and up, lift, stretch, and release. Your next exercise is swimming. To strengthen the back, you lie down on your stomach. You reach your arms forward. So this is your position. Palms facing down, heels reaching towards each other. Lift. You lift the chest up, you stretch your arms back, inhale, forward and down. Pull up, press the crease of the hip down, stretch, reach forward and down. Lift, swim through, reach and down. Lift and reach, out to the side and down. Lift up, make sure that the inner thighs are rotating inwards. That as you lift your back, you don't want to sink into the lower spine. release, and forward. Sit back on your heels, stretch. Your next sequence is abs. Lying down, your hands go behind your head, interlock the fingers to support the neck. You extend your right leg up, turn it out slightly, looking to align your heel in line with your tailbone. Make sure that as you curl up, you don't tense the neck. You're going to pulse, rotate your body around, and release. 1. Again, 30 seconds, moving around your center. Lift. Every time you curl up, draw the lower belly in and up. If you're still a beginner with tight hamstrings, you can bend the knee. As you rotate, take your armpit towards the inside of your knee. Lift up, and we change legs. Same thing on the left leg, straight, heel in line with your tailbone, the back is completely flat. Let's go 1. Lift 3. Anchor your right hip. If you're going up towards the left side, curl, release, curl, release, rotate, release. Your belly draws in and back. Lift and lift. Bend and roll yourself up. Next exercise is ab crunch double pulses. Hands behind the head, your elbows within your peripheral vision. Pulse, pulse, roll back. Curl from the ribs, roll back. Lift, lift, roll back. Exhale, exhale, release. Lift, lift, release. For 8, pull, draw the lower belly in and up. Make sure that your hips stay even. Engage the belly by breathing. Lift and release. Try not to force your head in. 1 more and release. We roll to our next exercise, which is plank, lifting your right leg. Your options here are to keep your, you go down on your elbows, or you stay up full arm, so you stretch the legs back, lengthen the spine, right leg up. You can just hold the position or pulse. I'm going to pulse. Make sure that you stay with me. Keep that centering going. Keep the lift of your lower belly. Avoid curling the lumbar spine or arching the upper back. Lift, pulse, pulse, lift, 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 up, up. Tiny lifts. Now, if you find that this gets heavy at any stage, I advise you to stay up or drop that left knee. Down, a quick stretch. So, once we've worked the right leg in plank, we lie down on the side so the bottom leg is bent. We extend the top leg, reach it away, bend it, stretch it, lift, lower. Bend, stretch, up, down, bend. The abs are working constantly to avoid any movement in the lumbar spine. Engage to deepen the work. Lift, bend, stretch, up. Bend, stretch, up. Bend, stretch, release. We roll back to plank. Same thing on the left side. Options on your elbows. Lengthen the body long. You can either hold for 30 seconds or pulse. Lift, up. Ribs are drawing in. Resist hanging to the floor. The fingertips line up to face the front. Lift. That's it. Squeezing, squeezing, pulling right under the butt cheek and release. A quick stretch. We lie down. Left leg on top. Bend the bottom knee, align your hip. Bend, stretch, lift, lower. 1, 2. Again, keep that feeling of the lower belly lifting under the ribs, and that can only happen with your breath. In, reach, and reach, and stretch, bend and stretch, and release. Your next sequence is working your inner thighs. So, lying down, these are your options in the positioning. So you have your foot, top foot in the back. If this is too much for you, if you don't have the flexibility yet in your hip, you just drop the knee to the front, extend the bottom leg away from you, lift and lower. So I'm going to use this variation. If you'd like to start with the knee drop, go ahead, lift. 30 seconds, lift, lift, up. So again, I'm trying to reach through that leg, lifting from the inner ankle to connect me to the upper inner thigh. So imagine that you have a ball or an ankle weight here and you want to squeeze against it. Lift, up, and release. Your next exercise is lying down on your stomach. You're going to place your hands under your forehead. The legs are stretched behind, heels together, pointing towards each other. The toes are out. Forehead down, lift, squeeze, release. In, in, in. So again here you want to make sure that the lower back stays straight and lengthened. Use your breath. Find that connection from the back of the legs, from your upper inner thigh. And lift, lift, squeeze up, and up, and up. Up, keep wrapping, and release. Stretch back. We lie down on the right side to do your right inner thigh work. So again, this is your position, or here, hand in front, lift, and lower. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So you want to find the contraction in the muscle and work into that contraction. Lift, lift, lift. Stretch up, up, up. Reach to lift, lengthen. Up, up, pulse, and trust me, these burn. They're small movements, but they're really deep and effective. Up and up, lift and release. We go back to standing to use the inner thighs, the outer thighs, and the abdominals we've just worked in a standing position. Turn the toes out diagonally to the side, so you're going to bend and lift. So again, we're holding this position and we're pulsing. Down, up. So we go a few inches down and up. Pull up in your abdominals. Make sure that your back stays straight. So you're not rounding the shoulders forward. Imagine you're sitting on a chair that's been taken from behind you, down, up. Down, up. Really gather back of the legs as you lift. Pull up. Again, that knee needs to be in line with the second toe. 30 seconds. Lower lift. Lower lift. Try to continue all the way to the end. If you feel you need a rest, come up and back down. Your next sequence is standing lunges with leg extension. So in parallel, you make sure that the outside edges of the feet are in line with the mat. Bend, lift, kick, bend, up. Keep the back long. If you're feeling wobbly, that's okay. You can either continue or you just stick to the lunge, down and up, down and up, lower, lift, down, up. Adding weights, as in everything, makes this exercise more challenging. So you want a little bit more muscle building, add some weights. Other side. Stretch back. Right foot front, bend. 1, 2, lift in your abdominals. 3, 4, 5. Use the back of the legs to propel yourself away from the floor. So pressing down on the right heel, abs tight. You can even add a weight in your hand. When this becomes easier, lift and lift, lift. 4, rest. Back to the floor to work the upper body tricep dips next. You can use a chair to make this easier or to increase your range of movement, or you can get a yoga block or two to lift your position up. Your feet are in parallel, lengthen the spine, make sure that you press your hips up, bend, stretch. 30 seconds. Press, lift, long back, up, up. Try when you bend your elbows not to let your shoulders rotate forward. So you want to bring the elbows towards each other in the back. Lift, lift, up, up. 5, lift, push up. Breathing to press up. Use the whole length of your palm and rest. A quick stretch. Your next exercise is going back to your glute work in 4-point kneeling. So your hands go under the shoulders. You're going to drop down on your right elbow, extend one leg back. The spine is long. This time we bend the knee and stretch, lift, lift. So we're externally rotating the hip now. Stretch, lift, up. Try not to allow the lower back to move much. So keep the stability in the lumbar spine. Lift right under your butt cheek. Up, up. So you're bending the knee in line with your hip and reach it long. Quick stretch and change sides. Drop on your elbow, turn the knee to the side, up, up, up. Lift, lift. Keep the core engaged. Keep the hip open. Up, up. That's it, squeezing right under the butt and release. Your next movement is back to your abdominals, or your next exercise. So we're gonna turn the legs out in a lying down position, hands behind the head, flatten the back, tailbone towards your navel. You curve, release. If you want extra challenge, you can pick up the feet. Breathing. Find those inner thighs, you've worked them. Pull out of the lower belly, lift up and up. Moving on, hip thrusts or pelvic bridges. Make sure that you maintain the alignment of your lower back, parallel feet. You lift your hips up, press back of your arms to the floor, pubic bone reaching forward, the sit bones are lifting up. Down, up. So I lower halfway and I lift. When I'm pulsing up, try not to hang in your lower back, lift. Keep that pubic bone towards your nose, connection, lift. Press down on the heels to engage back of the leg. Up, down, up, lift, lift. Keep that squeeze, back of the leg should be on fire right now. Lift up and up. Roll down, give yourself a hug. Same thing with one foot off the floor, or one knee in towards the chest. Your variations are keeping the leg still, passing your foot to the knee, or extend the leg up. I'm going to demonstrate it with long leg. So whichever variation you choose, make sure you maintain the alignment. So again, no dropping, lift up, stretch, lift, lift, up, up. You can keep the knees slightly bent if you are still finding your hamstring flexibility, so you can focus on the left side rather than worrying about how long your right leg is at this stage. Up, up. When you build up strength in an area or in a muscular connection, the muscle starts releasing and opening up. We place the foot down, roll down, hug, foot down, lift, press up high. Again, these are your position. Pulse. Press the foot down to pulse and up. Lift, lift, lift. Stretch, stretch up, press, press, lift, up. Breathe. You can bend the knee. You can pass the foot to the knee. Don't let the back drop. Up, up, squeeze, lift, foot down, roll down, hug. Your next sequence is back to our squat with leg extension, starting with the right. Align your feet, bend, 1. Engage when you lift your leg. Resist the movement of the leg on the way down, up. Sometimes keeping things simple is what you need. The movement doesn't have to be complex for you to gain strength, or to sculpt, or to reshape. It's all about connections. Down, up, lift, up. Give your legs a shake. Left side. Bend, knees line up with the second toe. Down, up. Lift. Lift. Stretch the hips back. Sit back into the crease of the hip. Up. Up. Contract. Lift. Lift. Up. Stretch long. The leg can be long or slightly bent. And take a second, you can have a sip of water, or we continue mountain climbers, 30 seconds. From this position, hands under your shoulders, stretch, stretch. Your options are this or running faster. We're doing this 3 rounds, 30 seconds each. Lift. Let's go. Set yourself up, right leg. Lift up in your abdominals. Pull the knees in. Energy all the way in. Breathe. Lift. Let's go. Your next exercise, back to side lying. So you lie down, resting on your elbow, align yourself with the back edge of the mat. We have hip lifts in parallel. So you want to push the thigh up using your glute muscles. And when you drop the knee down, you want to squeeze from the inner thigh. So you're actively pulling it down. It's not just wobbling up and down. You're pressing and lifting up. The accent is up, up, lift, lift, up, up. Control, breath, up. Give it a pull. Other side. Align. 90-degree angle behind the knee joint. Up. Up. Press up. Lift, lift, up, contract, lift, up. Keeping the leg off your other one, so do not drop it all the way down. Lift, and release. Give it a pull. Moving on to swimming. Lying down, pubic bone presses down. You lengthen your arms up, forehead down, rotate your inner thighs inwards, press the pubic bone down to keep your back straight, lift, up. Use your abdominals whenever you extend. Lift your navel away from the mat, up. Stretch. You can add a rotation to your palms in the end. You can add very small weights in your hands. Or just focus on alignment and the movement safely in your shoulder joint area. Back to abs. Lie down. We extend one leg up, so we have the left arm reaching outside the right leg, pulse, pulse. So the right hand supports your head. Again, I'm twisting around my center, up. Connect to the side abs. If this is too much for you, you can bend the knee, or you can even keep the foot down. All of these are levels for you to play with. Pulse, pulse, lift. Lift, pulse, lift, release, change side, extend your leg up, reach long through the leg or bend the knee, curl up, pulse, lift. Tight abdominals, breathe, lift. Contract. Hold that contraction and pulse in it. Up, up. If your neck is super fragile or tight, or you start pulling from the neck, you can always place both hands. Bend, roll up, plank with alternate leg lifts, 30 seconds. So from this position, back to your all four, fingertips facing the front, lift, lift, 1, 2, plank lift, lower belly pulls up, 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 lift. Abs tight and up. Lift, lift, lift. You can drop down on your elbows, stretch, and come on. Back to your inner thighs, leg circles, right leg. Again, your positions here, there, circle. So you stretch the leg long. Imagine you have a size of a small light lamp. You're circling around it, around, lift. This will work your lower abdominals and your inner thighs. Lift, 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 up. That's it. Other side. On the side, up. Circle. So we're circling towards the midline, towards the body, so it's an inward circle, up and around, up. Find that connection to your pelvic floor area as you circle. And rest. Back to standing. Your next sequence is curtsy lunges, which is a lunge in a turned out position. So you're going to stand with your knees together, toes apart. You step one leg to the back, lengthen your spine. Both knees are turned out. Make sure that you have enough space between the legs as you bend, so you get yourself into the right position, you have the right balance. So we bend, lift. Wrap your inner thighs towards each other to lift. Bend, stretch. Again, the focus is on that drawing up. So you never want to drop too low, because I don't want you to go heavy on the knees. Release, pull, and pull. And by pulling, I mean the front of your thighs, your inner thighs, and the back of the thighs. Up, up, drop, lift, and we change. Right leg forward, left leg back, both hips stand out, lift the back heel off the floor, and up, bend, stretch, and stretch. Your belly's working, your inner thighs, outer thighs, press, find this here, lift up, and up, and up, bend, stretch, and stretch, lift, lift, press up, and up, lift up, lift up. Really wrap from the back for 4, rest. From there, one more round of tricep dips. We come back up, down, lift, hips high, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Now if you're feeling strong, there is some power in you, you can add lifting one leg, or you can just keep pulsing down, up. If you use the right leg, make sure that you do the same on the left leg. Up, up, up. Trust me, I'm sweating with this, with this workout. It's the ultimate reset. It works, it's deep, it's everywhere. You go back up, curtsy lunges, one more round. Right foot, bend. I'll show you this from the side now actually, so you can see my upper body alignment. So, up, up. Again, lift, lower lift, press up, 10, squeeze, lift, pull up, up, lift, lift, up, up, down, up, shoulders level, hips level, and Swap side. Right foot, left foot. Both legs turn out, up, up, lift, lift, up, up, down, up, wrap lift, 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 up. Inner thighs, outer thighs, lower belly, pelvic floor, feet are working, everything's working here. Lift up and up. Finishing off, wrapping up your session with some stretches, plie squats, turn the legs out, lengthen your spine, interlock the fingers behind the head. Let's lift the toes up and spread them back down, lifting your arches, bend the knees, stretch the legs long. Now you're going to lean forward. Allow your arms to drop towards the head. This might be your level. You might be reaching here, or allow them to go as close as you can, or your shoulders allow you towards the head. Lift up. Your chest comes forward, all the way up to a standing position. I'll show it from the side. So you turn the legs out, lean forward, reach back with your arms, bend, stretch, drop your arms towards the head, lengthen back of the legs, reach back with your arms, lift, and all the way up. One more. Forward, bend, stretch. Now we let the arms hang. We bend the right knee, rotate your right arm out and up, look up, and release. Bend the left knee, stretch up, and release. Lift, rotate, and release. Other side, and release. Bend, stretch a few times to lengthen your hamstrings. You can walk your hands outside your leg. This is your position. This is where you need to be today. It's perfectly fine. You will still feel a stretch in your side. Up. Drop the head to get it more in the hamstrings. From there, walk your feet in. Bend. The belly drops. Hands on your thighs, touches your thighs, and then you slowly roll the spine up. Keeping your knees bent so you work through each vertebra. Arrive. One more time. Roll forward. Bend. Rest on your thighs. You can lengthen the legs. Lift. Slight bend in your knees. And roll all the way up. Hands behind the head. Lift your chest up. And stretch your neck. One more. Lift up. And release. Find balance. Your palms are forward. Lift your heels up. And press down. Lift up. Now. Find balance. Find your center. Turn the palms. And you guys are done. So this is your total body reset. You can do this 3 times a week. You can do it every day if you have the time. Add weights, without weights. It is actually a workout that works very well for anyone with recovering from post-pregnancy. It's a very good workout. Or if you just want to build up general strength and find the movement and body connections, enjoy your workout and see you very soon.